Hey guys, welcome. This is Kelsey L. And today I want to talk about coaching and coaches. I'm sure you're hearing it all around that like coaching and everyone has to have a coach and no one has a therapist anymore. It's always a coach. So what is a coach? What is a coach? What is different between going it alone and actually having someone who has experience with your problem helping you, guiding you? So I talk to hundreds, sometimes several hundreds of men and women every month. And something I have found to be really interesting is there are two different types of people. Those who they like to ask for help, and those who believe they can go at it on their own. Now, I actually always seem to fall into that second category. I always think I can go it on my own. I always have. Ever since I was, in school, I never asked my parents to do homework for me. I never asked a teacher to, help me that much. I never cheated on a test. I never really, I didn't ask for a lot of help. Even when I met my husband, I still remember one day my car broke down and I figured out all these really fancy ways to get my car to a shop and then get an Uber and then get to, where I needed to be. And then at the end of the day, I didn't have a car. I was really frustrated. And I was talking to my friend that evening and she said, well, why don't you just call your boyfriend? And I said, that's a good idea. But I'm scared. And she's like, why? He's your boyfriend and he loves you and that's what he's here for. And I said, but I don't want to ask for help. And she said, but wouldn't it be much easier if you just asked for help? Because in reality, what, my evening was going to look like was pretty bad. It was going to be, the shop had closed. So I was going to have to somehow, get my Uber back all the way home. And I was living in Beverly Hills at the time and driving from Redondo Beach, which if any of you know that area in Southern California, during traffic, it is an absolute nightmare. And meanwhile, my boyfriend lived in Hermosa Beach, just 5 miles from, or probably less than that, from where from where I was. So I had to suck it up. And I actually really thought about it. What is the cost of not calling him, of doing this on my own? The time, the money, and the energy of doing this on my own versus getting to call him. Not only would it save me time, money, and energy, but I'd also get a lot of like sweet kisses and, could be a fun night, right? So the moral of the story is I called him and I said, hey, you know what, honey, I need help. And my car broke down. I didn't want to tell you earlier, but can you come pick me up? And he's like, of course. Simple. We ended up having a great night. He actually took me to the shop the next day. Everything was easy. We had a lot of fun. We ended up having breakfast. He brought me little strawberries. I still remember this. This is like 10 years ago. And the whole thing was adorable. And not only that, but we bonded quite a bit over it. So asking for help is really wonderful and giving help is really wonderful. As a coach, sometimes it's really tough to, know how to allow someone to realize they need that type of help. And, but at the end of the day, they really do need to also be in a space where they're ready to step it up. They're ready to take the hand and actually give in and say, you know what, I think I don't know something. Or, you know what, I actually think I've tried this now for decades and it hasn't worked. So I think I'm going to go for this. I'm going to actually ask for help. So what are the couple things that I see often when someone finally does, like they maybe book a call with us, or they're really gearing up, they're really ready. There is that moment of, oh my goodness, I'm scared again. I'm going to go back into this kind of hole, because being comfortable and kind of stuck feels good sometimes, because it feels like you know what to expect. It's very overwhelming to say, I'm going to actually take a new path, do something that I've never done before, risk. And with risk takes, it takes you into the next dimension, the next level. So often a lot of people will say, well, do you have, a guarantee on your program? And the truth is, the guarantee is typically in the person who joins, because if they put in that commitment and they say, I want this more than anything, they're going to follow a great strategy. The truth is, the strategy works. It works for anyone who's right. And obviously, that's what I teach my coaches, and it's what I do, is we only select people and invite people in who are right for us. But the truth is, the commitment comes into place so much when you're saying, okay, am I really going to make a transformation? So a lot of you are just in that crossroads, and you're going, I don't even know if I want my goal, my dream anymore, because it's been so darn hard to even get to this point, and I'm so tired. Do any of you just feel so tired of trying, throwing things up against a wall, and it just doesn't seem to stick? And, this goes for so many of the amazing people that I talk to. And, the clients that enter into our program, a lot of them are like feeling a lot of that fear of, what if this doesn't work? What if I try everything and even this fails? And the truth is, there's just no way. There's no way you could go all into something with a leader, an expert, and have it fail. There's so much support there. So when you're building something or you're trying something new, you want to make sure you have good foundation. You want to make sure there's some legs, to hold the whole thing up. And that's really what a coach does. So when I'm coaching my coaches, I'm really showing them how to allow their own clients to get this type of transformation even before they start the program. Because coaching starts from the minute you are exposed as a coach. It starts the minute you connect with your potential clients and getting on that level of really understanding that we're all human. And it doesn't make someone not smart or not good enough because they're kind of scared to go into this unknown. It makes them human. Most of my clients are extremely brilliant, extremely smart, but they just haven't been able to understand this one piece of the puzzle. And it's usually a tiny, tiny piece. So I encourage all of you, if you're feeling any bit of hesitation, doubt, overwhelm, fear, any of that stuff, or even shame for being in this position where you need help, to kind of look past that and say, gosh, this could be a really enlightening experience. This could take me on a whole new path. This could be an adventure. This could be a time to bond with other people who are also in my same situation and struggling with the same thing. And we can, mastermind together on this. So it's really such a valuable time to step out of your head and into your heart and have someone kind of lead you along the way and show you, okay, here's what you do today. Here's what you do tomorrow. Here's what you do next week in order to get to your goal. And it can be that simple. So I love to share all this information with you all. If you want a personalized plan, please, 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 you know what to do. Just feel free to message me or click below. You can always schedule a call with us and we can dive into this more personally. But it's really important information as you're all on your embarking on your journey. And we all want to up level in some way, shape, or form. And there's no better way than to do it with someone who can really make that an enjoyable experience. So I'm sending you a lot of love and light, and till next time.